right into it. Now I've got that out of the way.
One on gates.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. I also know Mutton also plays Pomme, if I remember correctly. It's one of the like top Forsburns. It's also a Pomme player. So I wonder if we're, like, if that's the case, I wonder if we're going to see some like character familiarity here. But
maybe, but like, especially with how currently unexplored the workshop floor or right now, like, players play very differently. Like, your Giga Bowser is going to play a lot different from your plushie Banning.
Oh yes, of course.
You get what I'm getting at.
Yep. Trust me, as a workshop, with a workshop secondary, I will concur on that statement.
Yo, same.
Right. Oh, great! Yeah, that was really good because when you parry Pomme's note, it sends out a wonderful combo angle. Like when it reflects back into her, and it has a ton of hit stun. And Mutton was able to reaction punish it with the combust. It was very, very good from Mutton there.
But Kiv just like immediately even up that stock count.
Yep. Yeah, ooh, great parry. Bad punish? Almost bad punish.
Unfortunately, he missed that back air, but thankfully the dare was fast enough to come out.
Yeah.
But still, like, despite this being like a good Forsburn stage, Kim is doing like a great job of keeping it even.
I'm not too sure what I would want to look for as Pomme in stage. I have no idea about anything about this character, so this is gonna be fun to commentate here. I'm excited.
Well,
you talked earlier about with the workshop characters being very unexplored, but one thing I know that a lot of people have been exploring a lot in the counterplay for is Vince. That's the bodyguard. That's something that you gotta know how to deal with if you're gonna play against this character at any level.
Oh, Downstrong gonna take that second stock.
Great roll call out.
But the immediate reversal yet again.
Yep.
It's a very back and forth.
Take the attack here in this game one.
With Pomme, it's like she's got a bunch of very good tools. She has some amazing projectiles, like you got Nuts, you got Vince. But then you've also just got some amazing normals, and with Float, those amazing aerial normals are going to be much easier to use.
Yeah.
However, Forsburn just has two like very strong air buttons, so you're not as safe in the air as you would be versus some other characters.
Yeah. And the good thing about Pomme, however, is that unlike a lot of characters of her archetype in other platform fighters who traditionally have to rely on that aerial approach a lot of the time, Pomme has pretty damn good grounded options. That dash attack is disgusting. IMO. All of their normals are really good. Like dash up F tilt's pretty good. And of course they have the float, that crouching float really close to the ground. Great up air there. Really.
Yeah, you mentioned that dash attack, and you have to know how to DI that, because if you hold in for just a second, that is a free punish, and especially at kill percent bye-bye, you're dying to an up air.
Yeah, it's not a terribly hard move to DI, thankfully, but like, you just gotta know when it's coming out. But if you get caught and you're not prepared for it, and you get sent right above Pomme, you're in for a bad time.
Pomme has like this weird shark zone you have to play very carefully around. Forsburn like kind of can play around it a little bit, but still, if anybody gets caught off guard, you're still gonna get it. But game 2, going to treetop, I understand it. Having like that upper plat for the earlier KOs off of the ceiling.
Especially, yeah, for Pomme. I feel like we might see a bit of platform camping on that higher platform from Mutton, however, to deal with a lot of the just deluge of stuff Pomme can throw at you.
Yeah, you've got some nice little safe zones here. But one thing that you gotta keep in mind too is like we're seeing Kid mostly use it off stage, but if that field gets used on stage, that is just some free ladder potential for KYB.
Yep.
Kid.
It happens.
I have been saying KYB for so long in my head, That like my brain just sometimes defaults to it.
Yeah, that's the problem with people's tags having like, you know, just 3 letters. It's like, is it an acronym? Is it like they're like a word? Especially because Keeb got the has the Y, which is only sometimes a vowel. So
sometimes it's a consonant, but
yeah. And you know, sometimes you get back aired and now your opponent has combust and you're gonna have to figure out what to do with it.
Yeah, especially on Pomme, because like she's not necessarily the lightest character, but is still in that lighter weight range. And you gotta be careful, but forcing Mutton to burn it early is very good for a kid.
Another good thing about the stage choice is that, with the exception of up smash, Fors doesn't really have a lot of good ways to kill off the top. They're more of like a side kill character, which can work for Pomme because Pomme is, you know, that floaty little rock star, but
he's a mouse.
Yeah, it's a mouse. Not only is she light, but that's like she's floaty, which is the like important part here. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't matter if it's easy for you to die off the top if you DI terribly and die off the side. Oh man. All right. One thing I've been noticing in this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh nah.
He held hard out there.
Yeah, that was rough. That not only was that like a hard out, that was a drift out too.
Yeah, you were holding on for just that little bit too long. Unfortunately, you were able to react, and that cost you the game.
Yep.
Game 3 on Blazing Hideout. Having that flat drop option gonna probably come in handy. But like both characters have very good flat drop options with their nairs, but Forsburn also you got Baron Dare.
I mean, Pomme makes no slouch either. All of her arrows are pretty good for on landing. You can do some funky stuff with fair. I'd imagine there's probably some good fake outs you can do with flat drop cancels and the floats as well. We'll just have to wait and see. One thing I haven't seen...
Oh my goodness, that super slide.
Yeah. The butt slide, you love to see it. But it doesn't matter, you're gonna get tech chased if you're not careful. One thing that Kid has been doing that that Mutton has been doing to neutralize what he's doing is they're using Clone to just like deal with Vince. Just like get Vince to grab something that isn't you.
Yeah. You have Clone for that.
Yeah.
Apparently this was more of just a comfort pick rather than anything.
Yes, some people just really like the big long boy of a platform. I particularly like it as well. It's not like a comfort pick for me. But...
You're an Edda listening.
Yeah.
Right now, like I am just like astonished at how even these two players have been keeping everything.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I don't think we've seen like, with the exception of last game where Kib got, you know, held out and died at 42. It's been both players have, you know, been tick for tack and taking stock after stock. It's gone last stock both all games. Almost.
Last game I believe was a 2-step, but Kib manages to secure that second stock in this game.
You mentioned it earlier. You gotta have your DI ready for that dash attack. It just gets easy reactable confirms. You can't even drift DI to get away from her.
Yeah. Right now, Kib sharking this plat a little bit. Unfortunately, his string ends then and there. Just trying to find his way, try and get some form of stage control.
Can we talk about how sick Mutton's premium custom color is here?
It's pretty cool.
I'm a big fan.
Right now we're going to see that dare into the back air. Kid getting a nice little string going on right now.
Great conversion here.
Oh my goodness.
Great use of the single notes to continue the edge guard.
Threw everything in the kitchen sink at him.
Yeah. Singing at him. Ooh, great float to... Man, so 2 great floats there to deal with what Mutton's thrown out.
Kib is just playing very patient right now.
Yep. That's a trait that a lot of like hover players have in all games. Is you kind of even if you're super aggressive when you're playing a character with a float like that, that is just like purpose built for whip punishing and getting into really like funky positions that your opponent has to deal with. It does also require a lot of patience to like really get a lot out of it.
Exactly.
That's what we're seeing from Kib.
Yeah, we see that a lot, especially like in some of the newer Smash games, like Peach is quite infamous for just how deadly some of those combos are. But Game 4 on Spirit Tree, I definitely see it, because those plats will help with recovery, and we saw how Mutton was getting edge guarded last game, and also the plat boost options open up a lot better.
Yeah, the thing, what Kib was doing a lot last game is just hitting that single note and firing it immediately, just, you know, sending one note one after another instead of letting the multi-note go on its own.
Well, you used to be able to have the multi-note and then just kind of throw them all out by mashing the button. But because that was a little over-centralizing in the edge guard, they took it out.
Yep. Who would have thunk it having a super long-lasting, really great angle-sending projectile? Ooh, I like that little tiptoe to. Ooh. I completely lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Yeah,
we were just talking about how impressive the notes could be in the edge guard, and we saw it right there, forcing Mutton on the other side of the stage and securing that first stock with the up strong.
Yeah, it's why this pick is pretty good because for Mutton, because since Kib was doing a lot of that in the last game on Hideout, the platform layout means that if Kib tries to do a lot of the same stuff there, it's just gonna hit those plats and just bounce across the platform. And while that, you know, isn't ideal, that still gives you like more to do. And now we've got the bust.
Yeah, we've got the red velvet cake on deck.
Yes, sir.
And a super clone.
Ooh, we're partying now.
Oh, we're no longer partying. I was wondering if we were gonna see that 8% projectile immunity come into play, but unfortunately we do not.
Yeah.
Right now, Mutton is setting up this edge guard, making it tricky for Kib to come back. But he did touch stage. He's got. Kib does have resources now.
Oh, saved him.
Oh, let the combust rip out, expecting the DI in. Oh, but the nice cape into the down strong gonna take the lead in the stock count.
That was really hard to tell whether or not you should have done up smash or down smash there, but Mutton guesses right on that particular DI. Ooh,
good coverage from Kib.
Yeah. Another important thing about this stage is that because of that platform, you have to do a lot of like funky coverage stuff. Because like you've got that little bit of an overhang, and that means that, like, you know, if you go for a lot of your traditional coverage options, you can just go for that lip that a lot of moves can't reach at the ledge.
But you mentioned moves that can't reach, but that dash tag.
Well, hey, if Kib's on stage and not on the plat, then that dash tag is not reaching.
True.
That's what I was getting at. But we haven't seen much of that from either player so far. But to be fair, it's not really it's not really something you could see a lot in Forsburn's kit for how recovery for the character works.
Yeah. But we are seeing it from Kib. He's just kind of playing on that little umbrella part of the platform, but the run up down strong is gonna take it.
Yeah, we've seen both players go for that run up into down smashes there to take games. We saw that with Kib in game 1, and now in game 4 we saw that with Mutton, and we're going right into game 5.
Game 5, we're going to a very large stage, very different change of pace.
Yeah,
from where we have been.
We've been seeing a lot of smaller stages, with the exception of Blazing, but now we've got this big wide boy, and I feel like this is going to be either, if the players are going to play how I think they're going to play in this tense game 5 situation, this is going to be a bit of a grueling game 5, with each player really trying to feel out the movement patterns of their opponent.
Yeah, But then also, it's like sometimes players might just be accustomed to moving up plats a certain way. And like we have like seen that they have gone to plat layouts similar to this. Like we just had a bi-plat layout, even if it's not exactly similar to how those two middle plats are laid out. You still might be able to catch on some habits.
Yeah, especially because three stages here have been stages with like high platforms near ledge.
Oh my goodness, just the entire kitchen sink coming down on poor Mutton right now.
Yeah, just singing a lullaby for him, and there's the actual kitchen sink there, throwing all the projectiles you can. Especially because, you know, Vincent to note is a great confirm. Oh man, breaking Kib's ankles here, Mutton.
Finding a nice way to come back, but unfortunately, Kib does manage to get back on stage. However, immediately tossed right back off. He keeps at it.
Yeah. That's rough. Yeah. One thing I've noticed is when both players are in that scramble when Forrest hits you with that F smash, Mutton's just gotten like a really good vibe of what Kib is doing in that scrambly situation when like the panic sets in.
The edge guard is starting. Fortunately, Kib drops it.
Yup. Alright, good dash attack. Another good dash attack. Yeah, that's rough. And again, we've seen Mutton lose another stock here. That's about 2 stocks now across the entire set from DIing in dash attacks.
Yeah. Kib is sitting very comfy in this last game right now.
Yeah, great lead. If I was Kib, you're on this big stage. You gotta go on those platforms and let him come to you.
Yeah. Especially with how strong Pomme can be in the air.
Yep.
But the double parry.
Ooh, you could smell Mutton want to go for that back air.
Yeah, but great patience, realizing he wasn't going to be able to get it.
Yeah, just pulls out clone. Now, okay, I read the percents wrong. Whoopsie. Thought Mutton was at 100% there. Oh, bad DI again from Kib. That's something we've been seeing across the entire set. Is Kib has kind of got a bit of a funky DI habit.
Even if that even if that cape into down strong isn't true anymore, it still is a bit of a mix-up. So could have been expecting the down strong there, and hold out, expecting to get set up.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it is sort of reactable, but it's online, and you know, it's game 5.
Yeah. Imagine how nerved out both players must be feeling at this point.
Yeah. Now that the stocks were even, we're seeing Mutton go up on those top plats now. Ooh, using Combust there to land safely. Very smart. But that's a resource that they could have used to potentially take the game. So, going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, really grind Kib down here.
Yeah, and especially when you are sitting at 136. Pomme is just like one fair up strong away, or an up air.
Yep, and just the up air was going to take it.
Yeah, very close.